Of course, when a new Mimighoul card comes out, that there's got to be some hype for it. Sure, guys, smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out. More us kind of, do we actually have dungeons move? They're $25 to $26 right now. Let's go find, I love the top one at $50. Could you imagine if we do see a time where dungeon could actually hit such a crazy price point? I hope not. $25, $26. We actually have sales today. Yes, we did. 4 copies moved off of the market, so we did have some rotation actually occurring on this. Not too bad, honestly. The Mimighoul Giant itself, $19. I mean, sure, that's already... The problem was most of the high-end Mimighoul cards are already so short in supply. It's not like they're real crazy money as it is. The Master coming in at $16, which I feel is fine. We're not going to see too much of a change with Mimighoul Master just because, like, it is a good card, but still only like $7 on Charm. If there is a card that's just going to disappear overnight, someday Charm could just be... That's all this is. It could be the next best, craziest thing you've ever seen. I kind of doubt it, because, you know, I don't think they're going to overhaul the support and dump in anything much crazier than what we already got, but the possibility is truly endless for now. This one was really, really cool and actually kind of unexpected. Dunamis the Dark Witch only has 14 listings on the market right now. Now, I can't think of a single reason that Dunamis would be gaining any sort of traction. In terms of your sales data, when was the last time you sold? Actually, you just had one of these. These do sell kind of interestingly. Actually, these do have sales. That's interesting. In terms of, you know, the ones available, obviously TP8 has existed. There's your super rare. It was also a Turbo Pack 4 rare, which is already a couple of dollars as it is. And it looks like the Speed Duel Battle Pack Common also is doing the same thing here. This Speed Duel Battle Pack City Box is already like a $4 to $5 card. Which one was this one? The fact that these are... Well, I guess that's interesting to know, people. Dunamis the Dark Witch from the Speed Duel set also is worth a little bit of money. Interesting. The Mist Valley Thunderlord. You never think about it that you got to go look at like the random dual terminal cards, because all sorts of these cards throughout the years have just had the lowest amounts of listings that you could ever actually think to see. And I mean, I see dear old Thunderlord here is also really following that up here. $5 for a card is nothing really too crazy to look at in modern times. But truth of the situation here is, you know, when's the last one of these sold? 12-1. Okay. Low quantity equals low demand in this particular scenario, so they're not going anywhere. Interesting. What else we got back here? Breaker the Magical Warrior from Speed Duel Tournament Pack 4. This is actually a super rare. Looks like copies of these are coming in at about $7. When was our last sales on this? We actually had one of these sell on 12/13. I guess my question comes down to, would I rather have the Speed Duel Super, or would I rather have the Speed Duel Secret Rare? Because, like, you do have options. You have your options available for that. Satellarknight Unukel High. First of all, Constellar and that little pile never really took off in the OSG. I love the deck. I think it's really, really cool. But unfortunately, it just kind of fell off. And it's kind of sad because I love this deck. But if you were wanting to pick up some higher rarity Satellarknights, you're looking at about $4-ish per copy of these, which is actually not too terrible to be thinking about here on the secondary. We've also got Dark Grepher. Oh boy. When you see a $49 price point here on a card, especially for an old Turbo Pack Ultra, you are going to kind of question, you know, why these are going up. These were $30 back on September 30th. 30th. That was just 90 days ago. This card was actually at one of its cheaper price points, which actually we just continue to go up for the near mints here. Taking limited off, you can get a light play now for 30 to 35. So I mean, like, even with like the light plays coming around on the market, it's not terrible to be seeing that. So that's actually not bad. Meltiel, the Sage of the Sky. Every time a counter trap card is activated, gain 1,000, and then if Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, destroy a card your opponent controls. You know, this is it. This is the amount of listings that we have available on today's market for these, which is I guess a wild thing to see, but this is for Dark Legends. You go back here and you go to the OG Seeker Rare, you know, a first ed copy of these is like unobtainium, man. These are like $28 to $34 a single copy for that, which is kind of crazy to think about. I can't think of anybody that's going to be spending that, you know, crazy amount of money on this to be something else. I wanted to talk about for this market watch here was Rarity Collection 5 is already hitting the market here. And a few people have been asking, you know, what is the price point? You know, what are we expecting for Rarity 5? Well, right now on most recent pre-sales, we are looking at about $140 a box. That is pretty much in line with what we had seen previous Rarity collections at in the very beginning of their lives. They're not doing that Rarity 1 shenanigans here. This is actually just rolling out the good design. I mean, do these actually sell? Yes, they do. Your $140 price point has been a pretty consistent thing across the board with this set, and I think you're going to continue to see people wanting to pick this product up on the pre-order. We don't know all the details about this. We know there are full arts in here. We know that, you know, the stamp collection has found its way in here, but we know nothing beyond that. So we'll have to wait and see what more is to come. Cyber Eternity Dragon. You know, we do have that really cool new Cyber Dragon support coming, which, by the way, is phenomenal. But Cyber Eternity Dragon is one of those ones you kind of have to keep a little bit of an eye on over here. You solidly see about $4 to $5 a copy for these after shipping. What other versions does this thing have? They did have the ultra rare from the white dragon of the Abyss, which was $5, and then of course, oh wow, this thing didn't even get the crazy colored rarities, so we don't have no gum rarities or anything like that. Interesting. Okay, Starly Safe Fort. You might want to keep an eye on this. These are $4 to $5 a copy. Let's go to all versions here. Looks like Secret Rare's coming in. Actually, once this is gone, you're at $18 a copy. You do have rocket stuff literally on the horizon, which I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but it's probably going to cause this card to go a little bit more crazy as time kind of progresses onwards. I mean, it makes the most sense. Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. Wow. Seeing a $3 to $4 card here is not the craziest thing in the world, but it's crazy to me to think like a quarter century like this, which, by the way, Konami keeps pushing the Ninja agenda for Genesis. They're like, come play it. It's like, it's totally a fun and fair, you know, format. I mean, I guess still like $5, $6 a copy though for these. Interesting. We also do have Morphing Jar from Tournament Pack 9. See, this is where you're in the niche rarity stuff now. You know, for your niche rarity, you're spending like $4 to $5 a copy on this. And it's crazy to me to think the jar is actually worth this price point. Because the last time we came through here looking at jars, I don't know, I figured these would be a little bit lower for what they are. But no, they're still decently holding. Lunalight Panther Dancer. These are solidly $4 a copy, on up to $5 a copy. And I don't think they really ever actually stopped. Interesting. How much is our alternative for this? Your common is actually $1. But I mean, to be fair, this is something that you have to have if you want to play the Lunalight deck. You don't really get that free luxury of not having this, so that's kind of cool. Dogmatical Fleur-de-Lis the Thunderbolt. I'm still going to leave this on the watch list. I think every market watch is a card that we kind of have to take a look at because, you know, it just has upwards potential out the wazoo. These are coming in at 144 listings here from Gamer's Choice 2 Holding Lot Line at $1 or $10.51. So You know, that's pretty strong. And then we do have Spectral. I just wanted to check in on our little dragon little friend. They're like $3 to $4 copy right now. Not too bad. So what do you guys think about today's market? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back. You learn day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.